Celebrations in Damascus as news broke that Syrian leader Bashar al-Assad had been overthrown by rebel fighters after a civil war that has lasted 13 years. The regime's demise ending 5 decades of his family's brutal dictatorship. Rebel forces announcing their victory over state television.
نهاية هذه الحقبة المظلمة وبداية عهد جديد لسوريا.
Assad was in power for 24 years, taking over his father's tyrannical rule upon the older man's death. As their statues were toppled from pedestals across Syria, the ousted president and his family fled to Moscow. Russia, along with Iran, had long backed the Assad regime, providing technical and military support as he fought various rebel groups since 2011. But with both allies preoccupied with their own conflicts, Syrian rebel groups worked together in a lightning offensive, beginning their campaign in the northwest, sweeping through Aleppo, Homer, Daraa and Homs in just 11 days, before seizing the capital Damascus virtually unchallenged. With Assad gone, civilians and fighters raided the presidential palace, and prisoners long held by the regime were freed.
في غضون 11 يوم بفضل الله عز وجل تتحرر سوريا من شمالها إلى جنوبها ومن شرقها إلى غربها. الحمد لله. هذا مدد من الله عز وجل. الحمد لله رأينا بأم عيوننا كيف أن عذابات 13 عاما تتعافى من خلال هذا النصر العظيم.
Many Western leaders welcomed the fall of the regime, aware that there is still much uncertainty ahead, including the country's relations with Russia and Iran.
As we all turn to the question of what comes next, the United States will work with our partners and the stakeholders in Syria to help them seize an opportunity to manage the risks.
An Assad appointee, Syria's Prime Minister Mohammed Ghazi al-Jalali, issued a video statement as the rebels took over, saying he's ready to help form a transitional government. He was last seen in the company of rebel fighters, reportedly to discuss a peaceful transfer of power.
This is a positive sort of sign because there is that sort of contact and coordination. But I think it's not gonna likely play a big role in terms of what comes next because you have different armed groups and different sort of areas of control.
The division between those groups raising fears negotiations could become complicated and drawn out. And it's not just those in the country counting on a swift transition. Across the border in Lebanon, jubilation among millions of Syrian refugees displaced by civil war, longing to return home, daring to dream a better future for their country is now finally within reach. James Lin and Rosie Grenenger for TaiwanPlus.